like the smartest person here.
Yeah, of the people.
There's a lot of smart people
There
here.
are a lot of smart people here, and he is definitely the smartest.
What?
Oh, 2.
Oh, great. Supposed to stand here. Hi, everybody. Hey, guys. I'm going to talk to the people now.
Shut up!
This is what the next 3 days of my house is like, just so you guys get that. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Charity Hammer 3, which should have been in the winter by tradition, and was not because it couldn't safely be. And so it's here in the summer, so we're outside. But we're at Charity Hammer 3. Chuck has been asked to stand right here, so he's going to do that. We're not sure why, but this is where he's standing. I'm your host, Colin, and my lovely and talented co-host, the Falcon, is here with me. You don't want to be the lovely and talented, do you?
Well, I can be whatever you want me to be.
Well, you don't like compliments.
I don't.
So should I be like the mediocre?
Yeah,
and
there we go.
always average, but semi-reliable.
Semi-reliable.
Falcon. So this is the third year we've done this. It's basically a giant 40K party with some of the best competitive players we can find. And we make sure that those people are also great ambassadors for the game. And we're just going to stream a lot of content. We started, 4 hours ago. And we're going to keep going for another 3 days. Basically, 3 o'clock on Sunday, we're going to finally stop. We're not going to stop until then. There's about 35, 40 people here that will be participating. You can see some of the taller ones behind us, I'm sure. I don't think we're actually good at the standing in front of people.
No.
I don't think any of the three of us that think that that's like our good job. So that's what this is all about, and we're doing it to raise money for Child's Play, which is a fantastic charity that Mr. Falcon's going to tell you about.
Yeah, so Child's Play is it's a charity that really deals with children and families that are going through a very hard time. It's something that's very special to me. They provide games and video games, programs, and things just to take people's minds off what is actually like a terrible time for individuals. I have some personal experience with this. 7 years ago, I had a very sick son, and I spent several months in the hospital with him. And if it wasn't for charities like Child's Play, it would have they made a terrible, terrible experience just better enough.
At least tolerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so this is something I'm very passionate about, and so I'm super glad that Colin has invited me both last time 2 years ago and this time now, because it means a lot. It's such a powerful experience, and they're so good. They help you so much.
And this time we will let you sleep while you're here.
Yeah.
just a little bit. We found a corner for you. The
Aces.
dog does sometimes potty there.
Yeah, I
but
know.
we did find a corner for you. So yes, and thank you so much for sharing your story that I turned into a dog urinating.
That's fine.
Joke immediately after.
This is charity. This is how it goes.
just like rolled right into it.
Yeah.
I'm like, every time Peter tells me this touching story, I think about my dog urinating.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Nailed it.
I'm gonna get back to the hosting the charity event thing now. Hi again. So you could still donate. You can still donate. There's lots of time left. But you should know that the earlier you donate, the more you can win things. You're winning things. We're giving away thousands of dollars in 40K product. Pardon me. Over the next few days. And we're doing that basically with a raffle draw. Every $30 you donate, you get yourself a raffle ticket. There's also going to be trivia questions that you can answer. I don't think we have those yet, so maybe I should follow up on them.
We got to talk to Taylor about
Yes,
that.
Taylor is providing those questions. Hopefully he's going to watch us and be like, oh, I knew I forgot something. So that's what's going on. So let's go through a couple things that are fun with you guys. But before we do that, somebody wanted to bring a very special present for our Falcon. Something that we knew that he would be deeply, deeply excited about. So this was sent for you because we know that it's exactly the thing that you want.
Okay. Well.
We stand back while he opens it.
Oh, is this nothing?
It's a void. Now I wish I had made it really impossibly hard to open. Watch him struggle with it the whole.
My stubby fingers. No.
This is really good TV. That's
There
what
we
this
go.
is. So something that we know the Falcon will be really interested in.
You sons of. Yeah, Dark Angels poster. Clearly the best chapter.
Okay, actually a joke. We're raffling this though, if you'd like it. If you'd like this lovely Dark Angels thing that he just made fun of. then
Yeah.
you can have it. But in fact, that we have an actual present for the Falcon that's actually something that sincerely we know that he loves.
The First Legion is the worst Legion.
One of
This
his
everybody
true.
knows.
This is representing one of his true loves.
Oh, a candle.
We kept saying we're going to double your salary, and we decided that this is better than that.
Okay.
Well, doubling zero is really easy.
Yeah, it's true.
I can just say I did that. I can give him $1, and now it's like an infinity raise.
Yeah, then you can't double it anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Sure you can. I think you can afford $2 next year.
Thank you. You want to take that too?
That's $2 the sick children don't get, Alex.
Which is too many.
I know what this. I've seen just the top, and I already know. Oh my God. Oh, she's the. This is the most glorious woman in Hollywood. This is Angela Lansbury, everyone. If you don't know, if you're too young, shame.
Tell the children.
So this is the most beautiful woman from the '80s that you will have ever met. She was Murder, She Wrote, the
I don't think
greatest
any of this is true so
murder
far.
mystery TV series of all time. Bedknobs and Broomsticks, the 4th best movie that was ever made. Maybe the 5th after the Lord of the Rings trilogy and Princess Bride. So, that's your 5. If you have anything else in the top 5, you're wrong. But yeah, Angela Lansbury, she's just the best. Also did a very odd video about how to still be sexually active when you're old. Don't watch that. Unless you're old, in which case it's probably good advice.
It might be helpful.
People just immediately Googled that.
Yeah.
Also, while she's filming it, do people just die and then she has to figure out because like?
Yeah, that's just how murders works, Colin.
I just realized.
Come on.
Man, that's a joke that such a small percentage of our audience is going to have any chance of getting.
I think this is one of the greatest gifts I've ever received. Like right up there with my children.
It's from Jason.
They want to hear.
All right. After all of that, no Sweeney Todd. Okay, the agenda. The agenda's online. We've got games nonstop. There's lots of games that are just games against people. They're going to play a bunch of different interesting lists. I know we have some knights coming in the middle of the night doing some stuff. I know we've got some different sorts of skew lists that are going to be coming out. It's really fun. We had a lot of games where we had a lot of silliness last year. I'm sure that'll happen again. The GT kicks off tomorrow morning. You can still get on and predict who you think's going to win. If you're the best at predicting who's going to win, you'll win a
Snag a box set.
Snag
Yeah.
a box set. It's here. I've seen it. I'm not just pretending. I will send it to you. And that kicks off at 9 a.m. on Friday. We're going to have great commentary for those games. The lovely and talented also, Adam Camilleri.
Yes.
Also lovely and talented.
Not
I like
as
that
lovely
Amazon
or
is dropping
talented
off boxes
as Angela
behind me.
Lansbury.
Are we sponsored by Amazon now?
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
Get out of here.
Okay, so Adam Camilleri will be joined by many great guests, including Scary, over the next couple days, commenting on the games from Stream 1. He'll be able to check in on all the streams. I believe we're also going to send the Falcon on some adventures to see what other people are
I'm going to be
doing.
running around to see how people are faring. I'm going to be making fun of all of the players because most of them are mediocre at best.
That's not really the purpose of this event.
Oh, well.
You double
The
this
people here are the epitome of adequatulence.
Yeah, it's good one.
Okay.
Good one.
Adequatulence. Let's move on. All right. So that's the GT. In the first round, it is a single elimination GT. So what you'll find is that 16 of the 32 people, they will in fact lose in the first round. We don't want
Shocking.
those people to be gone.
No.
We want those 7 orc players to get to continue on. I kid.
Yeah, it'll only be 6.
That's true because 2 of them are playing each other.
I tried.
I did my best.
So the other 16 people will be dropped into the losers RTT. They'll do a single elimination RTT as well, so you'll still see those people. Saturday night, which is 2 nights from now, roughly now, we're going to have a hot sauce eating contest. Whole bunch of them, are going to start with the beginning of the most recent season of Hot Ones. Start with that one, move all the way up. We have a surprise Destroyer of Worlds one at the end. And we're not going to give them milk or anything. We're just going to watch them get progressively more miserable for all of our enjoyment.
It's going to be great.
Yes, and you've promised open weeping.
Oh, I mean, I am terrible with hot sauce, but I never stop.
Man,
yeah.
that sounds like me with food of all kinds.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with this. I'm just not going to eat it anyways. Also over the weekend we've got the What's WOG Got to Do With It tournament. WOG. All right. Can we get a WOG? There's a lot of orc players here. For those that are wondering, I believe it's 7 of the 32 players are playing orcs in the GT. What SWOG got to do with it is 4 orc players who have all been playing a long time. They know orcs incredibly well, and they're going to play each other in a single elimination 2-round tournament to see who is the greatest war boss and why is it Rich Kilton.
I was the only one that brought Gaz, so
Well,
Oh, okay.
that was your first mistake.
Oh, also on
look, I know you don't know.
Also on Sunday morning, for those that don't know, one of the best possible supporters of our podcast, Michael Timpey, has created a fantastic tabletop strategy game called Outward Realms. We have the models here. We also have Michael here. It's funny how those two things go in common. And on Sunday morning, Michael's going to teach the often moist Danny McDevitt how to play that game against the boy king himself, John Lennon.
Non-Jenny.
So those guys are going to play that game, so you'll get to see at least 1.5 top-level players play that army.
At least 2 people.
That's what the elevator says anyway.
That's what the elevator says. All right. So that's what's going on Sunday morning. You can check that out. I believe it's at 6 a.m. Pacific, but luckily most of you are not in that time zone. So that's what we have for the agenda. There's lots going on. I do want to thank our sponsors. We are required to thank our sponsors, but we're going to do it, and it's going to be okay. It's going to be great. We're going to get through it. I'm just kidding. Okay. The top sponsor of the event is the Best in Faction podcast, which I'm of course going to lead with because Chuck and I and Mitch, wherever Mitch is, right behind us, host the Best in Faction podcast. We've been doing it for about 3 years now. It's a competitively focused podcast that made all of this, basically. And that brings us to our second sponsor, which I'm going to need Tim Penny for.
Remind you.
Come on over here, Tim. Tim's got my dog with him. Who might be out of frame. That camera's really high, but I have a dog here. We started a Patreon group for the podcast, not because we thought it would make us rich years and years ago, but because we just didn't want to cover the expenses of doing the podcast. And so we were like, hey, listeners, will you cover the expenses of doing the podcast? And that grew into what I believe is one of the greatest communities I've ever created. And that community decided that Tim should come and represent them. So I thought that we're going to thank them by letting Tim talk about why that community is so great, and then move on to the sponsors.
Sure. Well, first of all, I'll just let you know they have sent me as a joke.
Okay.
They have totally sent me as a joke.
Okay.
They trained me wrong, and it just went too far.
Okay.
And so now I'm here.
You know what? I'm comfortable with that.
I don't know what to do with my hands. But BiffPod is an excellent community. If you want to just be a better person, or be a better faction player, or just kind of dip your toes into another faction and kind of find out what it's all about, or just really find, I'd say, the best crossroads of competitive-oriented 40K, but I'd say 40K in general. There's really a harder place to find to spend $5 per month.
Yeah, right?
I think than BitPod. That $5 has gone such a long way, and it is kind of crazy, if nothing else, but purely selfish reasons, that you just hear something or something originates on BitPod, like triangles, and then you don't hear about it anywhere else, and then a week later, suddenly it's everywhere.
Yeah.
So if nothing else, if you want to find out about random 40K stuff a week early, just go ahead and give your $5 dues to Colin and BitPod
You
over
would
here.
already know about Angela Lansbury.
Yeah, that's true.
You would already know that. So, no, that's great. Thank you so much, Tim. So the reason I let them kind of get their pitch in for the Patreon group is because that group spent the funds that they donated to the podcast, $2,000 of that went into putting this on. So without that, we just can't feed everybody. It's just not a thing. So thank you so much for them. Hey guys, there's a lot of background noise. I'm sorry. Thank you. Okay, so sponsors. Next up is Art of War. Who's going to tell us about Art of War? Is it going to be Nick or John? Who's it going to be? Here comes Nick.
What's going
All right.
on, everybody? Oh, mics.
Hold that.
Cool.
You
So
can
just
just
go.
hold it. Yes, talk.
Okay.
Why is Art of War a sponsor? No. What is Art of War? I said you already said you're a sponsor.
Okay. Art of War is a community about getting people to enjoy 40K at a higher level. We have a bunch of the world's best players, myself, Brad Chester, John Lennon, the Boy King, Richard Siegler, many others. We coach people, we teach you about how to get better at 40K competitively while also maintain the highest level of sportsmanship and just trying to be a good example for everyone. So much like BiffPod, Colin and I started Art of War. Colin was one of my original Art of War clients, and then it evolved into all this. Colin's awesome role model example over here. So you know, it's as much as you want to get out of it. If you're looking to just get better at your hobbies and enjoy them a little bit more, or if you want to really make a run at winning the ITC and being the best player in the world, we can help you do it. We're made of people who have done all of those things. And we have an awesome community, much like the BitPod community, that's centered around just getting better, sharing some knowledge, and being awesome and sharing your hobbies. So if that's up your alley, you can check it out. We're streaming one of the 3 streams this whole weekend. It's
On YouTube.
youtube.com/artofwar40k. Just YouTube it up and you'll find it. We'll be live 72 hours, so if you like what you're seeing, check it out. Check out our other videos, and we will see you there.
Thanks, Nick. All right. The rest of the sponsors, we will not have all of them talk because we don't have that sort of time. But we got generous donations from the Army Painter. Dark Tower Games donated a lot of things for us to give away. 3D6 Wargaming made more new amazing objective markers, which I will grab and hold up for the camera. These will be available for sale after the event on their website. That money, by the way, also goes, a bunch of that money also goes to charity as well. I don't know if you can even see this, but it's John Lennon, Alex McDougall, and I driving a Ridge Runner. For those that know many of the stories of the last Charity Hammer and Ridge Runners, you'll think that's pretty great. Okay, so next up is Hammerhead Games, who's been sponsoring our podcast for a very long time. We love their support. Outward Realms, which we talked about earlier. Okay, we have unplugged the camera. So we are waiting just a moment. If you're in the top 10 for the tournament, if you could get closer, anywhere near closer to me, I'm gonna have you guys come into frame. So, like, you can just hang out over here. Just don't be far away. And I will go whenever Tyler says it's time to go. The camera, it broke it. The camera broke. Are you having fun? Are you okay? You can put him back in the house if you don't mind. Yeah, take the spiky collar off of him when you put him inside. Are we ready? Are we going? Go? Okay. Thanks for waiting. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty there. Outward Realms is a big sponsor of this, as is Tabletop Life. They donated a crap ton of stuff to give away. Just incredible. Love those guys. Mob Rules Podcast, which I put on here without asking them. I don't think that they actually care about publicity at all. If they cared about publicity, they would make a better show. Let's be... But I will say that Grim After Dark is on here too, and that's actually a good show, so we know they're capable of it. They probably have just not been wanting to try. So, anyways, Tabletop Life. Play on Tabletop. JT McDowell's here. Tabletop Titans. We have Bridger here representing. He's somewhere behind me. And we also have the Signals from the Front Line. Seth is here representing them somewhere. We also have Grim After Dark on here. 40K Stats. You guys saw Falcon. He was here a minute ago before he just left. Decided he's not co-hosting with me anymore and left. Did he? Oh, it's funny. All of the wonderful, beautiful terrain that's currently on the 3 streams, that's by Warbeard Studios. And then, of course, we have to mention the Florida Man 40K podcast because they're like all here. So, those are our lovely sponsors. Let's give away some stuff. Oh, that's true. What, Stones?
Stones Throw Brewing in Bellingham, Washington donated a keg. The head brewer is a fan of the show.
Yeah, that's right. People have been drinking that. Thank you, Duncan. I didn't have that on here. Okay, so, all right. Now we're going to raffle a couple things. That's what's up. That's what's happening next. So, as you guys donate, there's a spreadsheet that one of our amazing listeners of the show is updating. And I don't have anymore, but I had before. I have it now. Okay. And it has a number and a name, and it tells me who will win what. So let's give something fun away. Let's give away the, what's it called? The Dominion box set from Age of Sigmar that just came out with those amazing models. I think that's like a over $200 box.
That's the exact price. Exact name.
That's the whole box name?
That's the name, yeah.
Okay. So we're going to give that away to somebody whose number is between 1 and 408. And what I'm going to do is go like this. Someone not paying attention will be great. Danny, Number between 1 and 408.
27.
27. So the donor that has won that box set, his name is Aaron. I am so happy right now. But I could tell from the email address that it is someone named Malkith, which I think we know. So I think that's someone that we know. Anyways, Malkith has won that Dominion box set, which is pretty darn cool. Next up, let's give away something else fun. Let's give away a mega paint set. That's not why I was laughing. Let's give away a mega paint set from the Army Painter, which is like huge and full of paint. Much paint, wow. I'm going to need a number in order to give that away, and that number is going to come from Dave. 240 it is. We usually roll them. I'm just doing it this way for fun. It's usually, if you're worried that this is not a fair way of doing it, we don't do it this way all the time. That's going to go to Alexander Rush. Alexander Rush. Great. So that's just an example of two things we're giving away here today. We also have some Mordheim box sets, a Gladiator, an Impulsor, a bunch of characters, 3,600 points of Necrons that are already painted, if that's a thing that you're into. We're going to give that away at the end. We've got some Spawn, we've got Gaz, we've got Leman Russ, a bunch of Thousand Sun stuff, bunch of GSC stuff. The super luxury blanket donated by the Grim After Dark guys. It says super luxury. It says super luxury on it, so it has to be true.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's false advertising.
The guy in law school says otherwise it's false advertising. I think he needs a better law school. All right. So some more mega paint sets, some Army Painter palettes, a bunch of the collector's edition of Black Library books. Lots of stuff's getting given away. You can win it. $30 gets you in the drawing. Just donate to the link that we're putting in chat, I presume. Okay. Next up, we're going to meet the top 10 from our GT. Because, as he would tell you if he had not left, Falcon got all of the data from the beginning of 2018 to now from the ITC. And he ran ELO scoring. If you play competitive video games, you probably know what that is. But basically, it's a score that goes up and down based on whether you beat people that are better than you or worse than you at that time based on their score. And Falcon went through all of the numbers and crunched all of it in order to generate a true 1 through 32 seeding of the tournament. So the top 10 are very proud of being the top 10, as they should be. And the statistics for them is crazy. So I'm going to tell you their statistics, and we're going to have each of them come up and say hi. You weren't done.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
also took my mic off.
I mean, you clearly were done. But it was not my intention for you to be done.
That's okay. I'm sorry.
You should have given
Like
him
Mitch
the
came and
poster of
touched
Angela
me,
Lansbury at the end.
Yeah.
Mitch touched you?
and I was like, well, I guess
And
I'm
so you
done.
just had to posse out?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't need you now.
Okay.
We skipped the part I needed you for. All right. Falcon, always doing semi-adequate work. All right. So, at number 10 is one of my just dearest friends in 40K. So the guy that basically goes around the Pacific Northwest and wrecks everybody without me. Like, he goes to the tournaments I'm not at, and I'm like, dude, you're winning another tournament without me. How come I'm not there? With a record of 97. No, sorry. These records, by the way, are only GT or higher events. We don't care about your RTTs in this. Which was really unfortunate for me because that would have padded me really nicely. But in GT and only GT and over, from the beginning of 2018 to now, Zach has gone 97 and 28 with a almost 78% win rate. Come wave and say hi, Zach. Zach right here. Zach started off when I first met him in 2018 playing just Knights, which does not get you this win record. And Zach has pushed himself, and he's learned so many different armies. And he's at the GT now playing the new Disciples of Bellicor. Did I get that right? Which both of us think is a really hype rule set. So we're excited about. Thank you, Zach. Next up is the man, the beast, the piano moving machine himself. Actually, do I have this backwards? Is Mitch 9 or Mark 9? Mitch is 9. We'll do Mitch next. Sorry. Next up is my co-host from Best in Faction, and one of the reasons I went to so many damn tournaments. Mitch's data is crazy, and unfortunately, Mitch had an issue come up where he had to leave the competitive scene a few years ago, and he's just coming back. Super excited about it. He's playing he and his opponent from the first round agreed to both not play AdMech.
Yeah, because we did that with the qualifier GT.
They had just done this,
Yeah.
so he brought this ridiculously fun Torox Prime list, which is so very Mitch. My favorite thing about Mitch is from tournaments is the 17 Hellhounds list, which many of you probably know about, but it got you this close to the top 8 at LVO 2018. This close. So Mitch's record over that time is 50-9. That's an 85% win rate at GT or higher events. Pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. Thanks, Mitch. All right. Now it's the man, the beast, the legend, the piano moving machine, the guy who has by far the most games on this list, I think. Is Vessel? Oh, Vessel, I think. He has a similar, Vessel has a similar record with 20 more wins than you. So I don't. Good for him. Good for him. So Mark, his favorite thing he ever did was the second place at ATC, which makes perfect sense because team events are the best events. But my favorite thing about Mark is the crazy amount of games he's got here. 126 wins, 48 losses, and 2 ties. The only one on here with 2 ties. No, that's not true. Someone here has many more than 2 ties. And I also will point out that he's won like 9 GTs and like 3 majors, which I think is the most GTs on this list.
Hey!
So yeah, thanks, Mark. Happy to have you. What are you playing?
I am playing orcs. I'm playing orcs like my world leader, so I'm going to fight or I'm going to hide. You decide as the opponent.
That's great. I just realized this is very wrestling, isn't it? Should I be
Do you
doing?
not realize
Should
this?
I be doing the
Come on.
wrestling pose? The wrestling pose was just explained to me the other day, where I'm supposed to look shorter than him, which is going to be really hard for me.
Who's the heel?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks, Mark. Okay.
care, guys.
Now it's time. Let's see. 10, 9, 8. Now we're missing. Oh, that's right, because Rich got separated. First Falcon, I don't have Rich's numbers.
Oh, I sent them to you. They're on your Facebook.
Okay. Professionalism. You're not paying anything for this, so we're just going to take our time for a second. I have it. Okay. So I got a chance to meet Rich at the Boise Cup back in 2019 after watching him play one of my friends and seeing him just obliterate my friend with orcs. But my friend was laughing the entire damn game from start to finish. And I thought, who is this magic man that is this fun to play against? Well, I've gotten a chance to get to know him. And Rich, you can come on over. Rich only plays orcs, which is wonderful. And his only playing orcs got him 79 wins and 24 losses over that period of time and 3 ties.
There we go.
For a 76% win rate. What's really fun about Rich is he's 2 times, right? Got second place Renaissance at LVO.
That's correct.
So paint and generalship together. And he said,
And not being a dick.
and not being a dick because you'll get penalized for that.
That's part of it.
And I just think that's amazing that I asked him what his favorite thing is. And he said, you know what my favorite thing is getting hobby and generalship together. Thank you so much for coming, Rich. We're excited to see you wog at people.
I'm happy to be here.
He is one of the people that's going to yell wog at people, just so we're clear.
Oh!
You were right behind me. It's not, hi. All right. Next up is the menace of Canada. Alex McDougall himself. Come on over here, Alex. Alex is much like how Rich only believes in playing orcs, this man only plays Tyranids and Jeetsteel Occult and Guard if you have to.
Yeah, I guess.
If you have to.
They've all got Tyranid heads.
They all have Tyranid heads. And by the way, Alex was best in faction Forces of the Hivemind at the last time we had that, which we haven't had that in a while.
Yeah.
Or you could go try to do it again.
Let's hope.
Okay. And Alex's complete murdering of Canada earned him a 46-10 rate with 1 tie for an 82% win rate.
Nice.
Which is pretty darn good.
Yeah. I need those RTTs to pad that score. You're right.
I had a hard time with like the 100 RTT wins that they didn't put in the data, but I was okay. So all right, and then all with Neds, and yeah, I got you. Okay, cool. Alex was supposed to interrupt to do mine, and he didn't do it.
You haven't gone yet.
No, that's because you're before. When I got to you, see, here's what we had planned. I can't read this about myself. That's not okay. So when we got to Alex, who's seated after me, and in 5th place, I'm in 6th place, he was going to interrupt and do it for me. So we'll pretend that happened. And so, what do you want to say about me?
Well, you're the reason we're all here, so that's pretty solid.
I think that's okay.
And Colin is as much a terror of the Pacific Northwest as I am of Canada. Let's be real. Zach, you would probably agree with that.
Just about.
Yeah. I don't. Where are the stats? Oh, I found them. So, Colin
This is really awkward, everybody.
has
So we're clear.
106 wins, 28 losses for a 79% win rate, which is absurd that you have that many games.
I live in a country where you can go to places that are close together.
I live in a place that followed the laws.
Hey,
Anyway.
now. Hey now. Hey now. Like one of these tournaments is since COVID. Come on now. All right. That's true. Canada, there was a while where he was playing 40K in Canada and we couldn't. And then it swapped and we started playing 40K and they couldn't. Anyways, thanks for that. So anyways, to clear that up, I'm the 6th seed. I'm playing Ultramarines. I thought it'd be a fun thing to make the brackets different because like my half of the bracket has a ton of Drukhari and I was going to play Drukhari and we didn't need more. So I'm playing Ultramarines. I'm excited about it. It's the John Lennon Ultramarine list. It's won like 3 GTs between the. Have you won 2 GTs with it? Only one? Okay. We've each won a GT with it, which is pretty darn fun. Anyways, that's what I'm playing. Alex is, of course, playing Forces because that's what Alex does. All right. Now we're down to the top 4. The 4 people whose numbers are just completely and preposterously ridiculous. Starting with, there he is. Come on over here, Jim. Starting with the most recognizable 40K Canadian player, I think, at this point.
It's not the menace. That's Alex. I'm the nice one.
Well, yeah, because he's mean to people, and somehow you're the nice guy in this comparison.
Which is weird.
So, Jim and I met at one of my first GTs, actually, forever ago now. I think that was in 18.
2018, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Mitch bad touched me with the 17 Hellhounds at that time.
Did he?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I remember.
All right. So, Jim basically came to Charity Hammer that next year and lost a lot of games at Charity Hammer.
Yes.
And then left and never lost again.
That's right.
Is basically what happened.
Something
Jim's
like
like,
that.
maybe I'll just travel the North America
In my-
and maybe I'll just win everything.
In my private jet.
Yeah, that's right. And you're in the vessel.
Yeah, Frankie thinks I have a private jet, so I'm just going to keep going with that.
The vessel?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Jim has a record of 142 wins. That is the second most on this list. 42 losses and 5 ties.
Yeah, mostly
That
Art of
is
War
a
players.
lot of ties.
Mostly collusion with Art of War players, but don't tell them that.
Oh, no.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, we don't make jokes about that. That's not. That's
on, guys.
That will quickly become the story of the
I know.
tournament. Okay. So yeah.
I don't think I've actually even tied with them. So.
And the thing I'm most impressed by my friend Jim here is that at the last time we had an LVO and that ITC season wrapped up, Jim got 2nd place in the ITC and also won the hobby track,
Paint
Jim-
first, hobby play second.
which is basically what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jim is a phenomenal painter and puts a lot of effort into that while also wrecking people. And I think there's a lot to be said for that.
Thank you.
So thanks so much for coming, my friend. Okay. I made a new friend yesterday. We're going to be friends forever, I've decided. Where is he, though? There he is. Come on over, Brad. In 3rd place. They're not going to see you in the chair. You're tiny. Oh, you're going to stand on the chair? Okay. Love it.
Just do forced perspective. You need to stand about here.
Where's Pickles at?
As I
And you
was
feel
saying.
like, are you the same height? Okay. Thomas, come be taller than Brad still. Come on, Thomas. Thomas, come be taller than Brad still. No. Okay.
If I have a
king of the
14 to
world.
16-inch head start, I'm taller.
Okay. This is my new friend Brad. I think you can tell why I already like him. Our listeners asked if we could have a tallest versus a shortest game at Charity Hammer, which by the way is happening on Stream 3 immediately after this.
At 6.
And I was worried that was just making fun of people, and I messaged Brad about it, and he's like, no, that's great. That'll be wonderful. Like, you didn't control how tall you are. It's not your fault. I guess not your fault main place. It's a bad thing. See, now I'm just digging a hole and then getting even.
No, I'm real mad about being short.
Are you?
I Googled Napoleon complex and I went with that as a life concept.
Okay. You've been maxed into that?
Yeah, I'm min-maxed 100%.
Okay, so Brad, it has been 20 years since Brad's first time winning a GT.
This is true.
I am fairly confident no one else here can say that.
I'm old.
Well-
I did bring a 2002 GT shirt with me this week.
That's great. Brad's win record, I thought was a typo. You've just decided you don't lose at GT Plus events. Is that just how that works for you?
Apparently.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this is. You can
Are
tell
you
me
excited?
Any number.
Are you excited?
I kind of want to
What do you think your win percentage is at GT? No,
I
come on.
literally have no idea.
Come on. Everybody on here, 70%? Okay. Brad went 87-12 with one loss for an 87.5% win percentage.
That seems good.
That seems real good. I think that means that sometimes you go and you just don't lose any games. Otherwise, that doesn't work.
Also true.
So, excited to have Brad here. What are you playing in the event?
Playing some Jukari. Gonna
Yeah.
go fast.
Has that list done well for you lately?
It's all right. I think they're underpowered, but I'm going to try to do what I can with them.
I think you. I think you might have won a major with them last weekend.
A few.
No, last weekend.
This weekend, yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
like 4 days ago, you won a
couple days
major.
ago.
That was like 4 days ago.
Yeah, also I won that one.
So, I guess Brad's going to be a little bit of a menace. So we will see him in the tournament. Thanks so much, Brad. Do you
Taking
need
my
Do you need
chair.
to help you down?
Yes. Taking my chairs.
All right, it's time for the Brown Magic himself. Come on over here, Mr. Nick Nanavati.
Hello, Colin. Back to see you again.
Back to see me again. So this guy has something that nobody else has on here, and that is a WTC win. But you didn't stop there.
I did not.
You won WTC twice.
I did.
For 2 different countries, which
true.
we're not going to dig into that too much. Some people don't like that very much. But nonetheless, WTC twice. Also, my first year playing competitively, when I did not know Nick, he also won the ITC and LVO that year. So he's also the only person here who's won the ITC.
That's true.
Yeah.
Shockingly. Somehow I'm surrounded by 32
But
of
only
the
because
coolest
John did
40K
not try
players
hard
here. Yeah, well, it's always John's fault.
Yeah. Well, didn't you make a list and then let somebody else win with it instead of you at LVO? Isn't that kind of what happened? He's generous. That's wonderful. So here's your stats. Are you ready? 138 wins.
That's
twen-
too many
20
games.
23 losses. 2 ties.
2 times.
Can you tell me who the ties are?
At one point I could have.
Yeah. Was that a point earlier today?
Maybe.
That is a win percentage of 85.28%. That is the 3rd highest win percentage on here.
Ah, that's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
That's really cool.
And always here at the Charity Hammer, we love to have Nick. What are you playing?
I'm playing Jukari. They're also
What?
underpowered, but I want to do my best.
But you're not playing Meta Drukari.
No, I'm doing my Nick spin where I can't kill anything, and it's really hard.
You missed Jane Stiller Colt? Is that what you're saying?
I miss it.
All right, cool. All right, where's the Boy King? We only have one seed left to tell you guys about, and it's the one and only John Lennon. The only person who's ever been called John Lennon is right here.
Yep, that's good.
It's the only one. And I have known John since the first Charity Hammer,
Yes.
which is where we met for the first time
Yep.
at the airport,
correct. Yep.
which isn't awkward at all.
No,
it was great. It was
totally fine flying to your house.
how many yeah, and how many and how and I was like, you look like you could play 40K. You should come with these 2 older gentlemen. Okay, how many games did you play that weekend at Charity Hammer?
It was like 11 or 12, maybe
Yeah.
13. It was more than 10.
Yeah, do you think that was the key in your
I
success?
think that's when I unlocked it. That's when I hit my head and then it unlocked. It made sense. 13
Okay,
games.
13 games. So I didn't write anything else down for you because I think everybody already knows who you are.
Okay.
You're the leader in the ITC right now?
Somehow, yeah.
Yeah, and you won something recently,
I won
LSO?
Lone Star a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but you also won ACO? No, the Dallas Open.
I won Dallas Open, yeah.
So just the Texas people. That's who you've
I'm
decided
really
to
good at
farm.
Dallas, yeah.
Okay.
I've got one city and I'm just going to milk it.
Okay. So we have here the highest win rate on the entire list.
Expecting that.
We have 154 wins, which by the way, let's just be clear. I go to a lot of tournaments. Doesn't listen to the podcast do. If you take my wins and you add Alex McDougall's wins to mine, we equal John's. That's
On the dot, 154?
basically almost exactly.
Okay.
So let me see. Is that right? 152. So we're too short of you. You still have more wins than the 2 of us combined. 154 wins, 18 losses,
That's a good number.
7 ties.
7?
That's what it says. Blame
seems like
Falcon.
too many.
That seems preposterous. I don't know why it says that.
Okay.
Is that because are 5 of those collusion with Jim Vessel?
I've never tied Jim. My 7 seems to. I don't know.
Okay, that is a win percentage of 87.9%, which is the highest by 0.4% higher than Chester, about 2% higher than Nick, and preposterous. Basically, that means that every once in a while you lose a game at a GT or major. That's basically what that means. That's pretty darn good. What are you playing here at the event, John?
I am playing Sisters of Battle. I took something very similar to my Lone Star Open list. I dropped Battle Sanctum, added a Rhino because those were pretty much the same points, and that was good enough for me.
All right. So, John will be trying to hold off everyone in the 1 seed.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I haven't won the Charity Hammer tournament yet, and I would like to.
Yeah.
I would like to, because I've tried several times.
I think Nick won both times.
Nick has won every time so far, and I cannot let that happen. Yeah, well.
Oh, he's stopping.
He's stopping.
He's stopping. Someone's going to get him. Okay, we're great. I need to wrap this up. Thanks so much, John. All right, that's what we got going on. Thank you for your patience as we got through all of that. I hope you enjoyed it. We're gonna hit it here in about 12 minutes. We're gonna be streaming on table 1. I have a surprise Tyranid list that's silly and ridiculous that Nick does not know about. I'm gonna have Alex McDougall helping me pilot it because I haven't played Tyranids in a long time. And Nick is gonna be playing a Harlequin list that has 8 boats, which I'm pretty excited about. So many boats. On table 3, you're gonna get to see. Man, I just told them what it was a minute ago. Now I don't know what it is. Oh yes, Brad Chester versus Thomas Bird on the table 3, and I now can't remember who's on table 2, so I will look. What?
John and Jim.
Oh yes, on table 2 is the men of Florida Man 40K. It is the John Lennon, or the Lon Jenin, the Boy King himself, against Tom Pony, the representative of the BiffPod patron group. So check that out. Immediately after that, we're going to rock out a pretend 5v5 round of a team tournament. The teams were already drafted. They're ready to roll. We did pairings earlier today. You can find it on Twitch, and it's on the BiffPod Twitch. And we're going to do that from 9 o'clock to midnight. People are going to play through the night. 9 a.m. tomorrow, we'll start that GT. Thank you all. There's plenty of time to donate. We're going to be giving stuff away during every single game that you watch the whole weekend. We love all of you for watching. We've already raised about $17,000. It's an incredible amount of money. Thank you all. We'll talk to you guys all later in the event. Please watch and enjoy. Let us know if we can do anything to make it even better for you. Thanks a lot.